Today on Cop It or Drop It, we have a 2021 Mustang Mach 1. When this came through the shop, man, throughout my history of loving Mustangs, my granddad had 67s. My mom had it. She loved Mustangs. I actually even had the Gia Mustang too. One of the rarest Mustangs. Hard to find that one, but had a horror story with that one. But look at this Mach 1 Mustang. We're going to go into a little description of a little history of what the Mach 1 was, but right now we're just going to marvel on its curves and fantasize. This thing is in pretty good shape for Ford.
The Ford Mustang Mach 1 is a combination performance and visual enhancement package offered as an option on the Ford Mustang, newly introduced in August 1968 for the 1969 model year. The package was available with a wide variety of engine offerings, increasingly modest as emissions controls, unleaded gas, fleet mileage quotas, and much more expensive pump prices undercut the horsepower wars that were largely responsible for its creation. Similarly, early packages included other performance upgrades, such as to the suspension, that were shortly deleted in subsequent model runs through 1978, leaving only a wide array of often flashy visual enhancements and interior upgrades in their wake. The Mach 1 package was available until 1978, returned briefly between 2003 and 2004, and most recently between 2021 and 2023. The Mach 1 has a 5.0-liter engine that produces 470 horsepower. Mach 1 does range from 14 miles per gallon in the city to 22 miles per gallon on the highway. The Mach 1 can go from 0 to 60 in 44 seconds.
Now we're taking a look at the tail lights. The Mustang always had distinguished looking tail lights. You wouldn't know a Mustang when you see it at nighttime from the back with the tail lights, especially the turn signals, because the turn signals illustrate from left to right, you know what I'm saying, as you hit the turn signal. And here we're going inside the interior. Mustang always did a good job with that classic look interior. I'm going to say the infotainment center is a little outdated for Mustang. But I think maybe the current Mustangs have a better infotainment system. But here we have the nice leather seats. Mustang did a fantastic job. I'm always a fan of black seats. To me, you can't beat it. Here we're going under the engine. You heard the specifications before. This Mustang, what makes the difference between a Mach 1 and just a normal Mustang? That's the question. I know this one in particular, it came with a gear ratio in the back. I think the suspension is a little different. The throttle body itself is a little enlarged, so a bigger throttle body package. But I'm not sure exactly what makes it different, other than the name, the fact that it has the Mach 1 attached to it. Here's the engine identification. Like you said, we have the 5.0 engine. Nice car. Mustang. Like I said, my family was embedded in Mustangs. Underneath, let's look underneath at the suspension. And like I said, this is a Cop It or Drop It. This vehicle had roughly, I want to say 30,000 miles. And Mustang, one thing you should understand about Ford, when it comes to their big engines and their trucks, I'm going to honestly say you cannot beat them. But when it comes to their small engines, stay away from it. It's kind of the opposite of Toyota. Toyota they really don't make big engines. We got the V8 that we're kind of discontinuing, and we're going into the turbo, the twin turbo V6, which so far has been a nightmare for Toyota. But here on this one, like I said, remember I told you before about how to inspect tires. The rear end looks good. Rear end looks very good. And the suspension, very tight. Ford did an excellent job with this car. And we actually replaced the tires on this car because I think they were reading at 2:30 seconds, very low. But absolutely no leaks. And honestly, it shouldn't be leaks on this. And what would be common problems for your Mustangs 5.0? I honestly can't. You get what you pay for with Ford, with their big engines and their Mustangs. They take a lot of pride, and they put a lot of pride into this engine. So for this Mustang, should we cop it or drop it? Honestly, I'm going to have to say cop it. please make sure to like and to subscribe to Twan, the used car Don.